Welcome into Auburn, New York, as the Auburn Doubledays are set to make their home debut 2025 in front of their home fans. Is Luke Backman here with Ryan Story. Ryan, what are you looking for this season as the Doubledays take the field here?
I'm excited for the season. Auburn has done a great job over the offseason of building their squad, a lot of homegrown, hometown talent, and I'm excited to see how they can do this home opener tonight. It's going to be a big step in the way to establishing a strong season.
Absolutely, and one of those guys, the local guys, is on the mound to start tonight. Owen Burchard from Auburn, New York. You got to think he's got to have family, friends here. What do you think? Any nerves from him, or do you think it's just another day on the mound?
He was on the squad last season, so he does have, I think, those nerves out of the way. But having the family in the crowd, having your hometown behind you, that is important. And in a league like this, where a lot of times you see players coming from all across the country to play baseball here in Auburn, New York, it's nice to see some of those guys who have grown up in the area, the guys who the teammates will come to them and be like, okay, here's where you eat.
Definitely. They'll take on the Geneva Redwings, excuse me. 0-2, played 2 games back-to-back. This will be their third consecutive game. Both games against the Newark Pilots. Lost 9-8 and 13-5. The Red Wings did, but hey, if you can take anything away from those 2 games, it's going to be that they can score runs. And for the Doubledays tonight, behind Burchard on the mound, they're going to try and stop the Red Wings offense.
Yeah, the Red Wings definitely can put up runs at the plate. However, they were outclassed in those first 2 games against New York. However, in those first few games of the season, you're going to see a lot of players coming in who, as the season progresses, wouldn't normally see as much playing time. We'll see that a lot from Auburn today with players that maybe would get more PT than you normally see throughout. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah, that dynamic factors into the game.
Definitely for both teams, and like you just mentioned, we're going to see a lot of names. We're going to be telling you at the start of a lot of innings and half innings, hey, this guy's come in for this defensive replacement, substitution, and that's how just the start of the season is going to go, because these coaches want to figure out who is who, and like you said, later in the season, who can we rely on and count on in these tough games closing in towards the postseason.
Yeah, this one's going to be excited. Walk me through this Auburn Doubledays lineup. Who are some of those pieces that we could be looking at? Although I guess we're about to get started here in any minute.
Definitely, I want to look at Kehoe and Troy Reeder on the Auburn side, but here as we get started for the Geneva Red Wings, you'll have Dylan Wolfson, Chase Fogg, and Jack Turner, the first 3 batters of the night for the Red Wings. Burchard, his first pitch is a swing and a miss. Good pitch by Wolfson, and we are underway here. Little rain and lightning delay. The rain wasn't too bad. It was the lightning that kept us, from starting on time tonight. Second pitch high, count now even, 1-1.
Couldn't count on Syracuse weather. It was being too good recently. Not going to stay that way. They had to toy with us.
Got to have a home opener. It can't be all perfect, but we are on the field tonight as the 1-1 pitch. It's going to be low and outside. They're going to appeal down to first. He did not go. Count now 2-1. Got to think for Wolfson, really any starter in this league, you're trying to get ahead in counts.
Yeah,
you're trying.
100%.
I mean, that's just for a pitcher that can help build confidence. The 2-1 swung on and missed another good fastball high in the zone for Wolfson. Count now even, 2-2. Shard readies and sets. It's 2-2. It's low. Count now full. 3-2 to Wolfson.
Runners on the base there to capitalize on the pass ball.
Definitely. Burchard pitched just a few nights ago. Pitched just 1 inning. Struck out the side. Gave up a walk. Successful outing. Full count. The 3-2 pitch. That one's hit in the air out to center field. That one sliding. Making the catch is Droge. That's a way to start the season right there.
Oh, fantastic play there in the outfield.
Good job by Austin Droge, who immediately, when that ball hit the bat, got a great read on that, was able to come in and make the sliding grab for the first out of the night. That's going to bring up Chase Fogg for the Red Wings. Guard readies, delivers, be in there for a strike. 0-1. Fouled off and quickly. Shards up in the count, 0-2. Bog steps out of the batter's box, collects himself, quickly down in the count now, 0-2. Shard, he's ready to work quickly. Deals the 0-2. Off speed high, count now 1-2. Auburn, the home whites tonight. Red Wing, the gray with red trim lettering. That pitch is going to be foul, or hit in the air, excuse me, out to right field. Thompson's going to make the play near the line. Quick 2 outs now for the Doubledays.
Auburn can get out of this inning without any trouble. That's a great sign for them. Geneva has been able to score runs early.
Absolutely, and Shard, good job. And that last count was able to work ahead quickly. Now, going to take on Jack Turner. The right fielder's going to look at ball 1. Count now 1-0. Shard's pitch. That one's going to be low now. Count 2-0 against Turner. Gonna get halfway in between the mound and home plate. So, all right, calm down a little bit. Having a good inning so far. Don't have to rush. Always a good sign of a catcher. Knows how to read his pitchers.
Having a solid start.
Back on the mound now. Ready's for the 2-0. Gonna be low, just off the plate. Jack Turner count now 3-0 in favor of the batter. Shard readies the 3-0. Be in there for strike 1. Good comeback pitch from Bouchard. Bouchard going into his sophomore year at Bryant University. 3-1 swung on, fouled back. Count now full, 3-2. Great job battling back here.
Just has that ability. Falls behind in the count. He can gain that ground so easily. Coterie of
Absolutely. Originally 3-0, count now full, 3-2. That one's going to be swung on. Oh, foul tip just out of the catcher's glove. You know what? I'm going to blame the wet balls from the rain for that one, not being able to snag that one. Reader behind the plate.
It's humid out in this.
Yeah. Players, I feel like they're adjusting. It was a cool, nice day, sunny day for a while. And the storm came out of nowhere. But we're back in 3-2. Be hit on the ground foul. Turner's going to stay alive. Count remains 3-2. Be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Shard readies. That one's going to be just low for ball 4. Turner will be the first Red Wings batter to reach base tonight. Working himself a walk. Good job from Bouchard. Fighting back in that count. Originally, again, was down 3-0. Got back to 3-2. A couple foul balls. Just not able to get this punch-out pitch there. It's going to bring up Braden Michelson, the first baseman, to the box.
When he misses, normally low, he's not someone who's wild and high. It's always narrowly low that just misses strikes.
Another narrow low pitch there. First pitch to Michelson. Count 1-0. One's going to be hit on the ground to the shortstop. Sullivan's just going to go to 2 for the easy play. Get out of the inning. Only 1 runner for the Red Wings. Good start from Owen Bouchard. First inning will come to an end. Score remains 0-0. Back here in Auburn, Doubledays will come to the plate for the first time here at home in this 2025 season as Josh Thompson will start his half inning as it remains 0-0. Runs top half of the first. Thompson, Stang Traeger, Sullivan will be the 3 start night for the Doubledays on offense. On the mound tonight for Geneva is going to be Jake Short. His first appearance of the season. First pitch will be on the outside part of the plate for strike. Thompson, second baseman. Left side. Watch a ball low as the count's now. Auburn, they're able to put a 0 defensively in the top half of the inning. Got to think, Ryan, they want to get on the board first here tonight.
Oh, definitely. Getting that nice start at home, that was important.
Well, just foul off the end of the bat of Thompson. Count now 1-2, but hey, any way to get on base for Thompson, be a threat to steal, well, once he gets on. Short looks in as the 2 count. Thompson deals. Be high and outside for ball 2.
I do like Short's attempt there to go to the break. Him, at least, wasn't able to find that play.
Yeah, good idea there. We have some pitches to play with in a 1 count. He's going to go back to the breaking ball right there on the inside part of the plate for strike 3. He'll get Josh Thompson looking to start the bottom of the first. Jed Stang Gear will make his way to the plate. Baseman. First pitch is going to be popped in the air. But that's going to find its way out of play. First pitch.
A lot of Youngstown State guys in Doubledays.
Youngstown State, we were talking about this early. Mercyhurst. And then, of course, you have the Lemoyne. Absolutely. You got to feel good if you're a player on this team and you're coming with another player from your college. Got to just be a comfortable feeling knowing somebody here for the summer.
You already have that roommate set up.
Exactly. Probably the crucial part is the 0-1's going to be in there for strike 2 to Stang Tregear. Oh, 2 pitch. That one's outside. Ball 1. From short so far, when he is ahead in the counts, next couple pitches, likes to play around that one. High and outside, trying to catch the outside part of the plate. Back in, here's the 1-2. Hit over to shortstop. Bog will gather first for the second out of the inning. Quickly, just similar to how the Doubledays did in the top half of the first, is able to record a quick 2 outs as that's up Adam Sullivan, the shortstop, to the plate here to try and extend this inning and get 2-out rally. Those local kids, which he'll see is going to be outside. Ball 1. Be ripped into right field, pass diving. His reach is good job by Sullivan. Get the first base runner and the first hit of the night for the Doubledays.
Sullivan's intriguing to me both at the plate where he's shown progress and in the field where he last year third base, this year he has potential.
Kieran Kehoe is going to come to the plate here. I like the bat. Got the red, white, and blue on the barrel.
Very patriotic.
Absolutely. First pitch to Kehoe is going to be fouled straight back. For a pitcher like Short, I mean, the successful first two batters, it's always got to be a backbreaker, give up a 2-out hit, and for Auburn, always the pickoff attempt is not going to be in time. Sullivan for Auburn, hey, you can always try and mount a rally, and like I mentioned, about rallies can be backbreakers to some people.
Any momentum is get some.
0-1's going to be swung on and missed by Kehoe. Count now is quickly 0-2. St. Joseph's University sophomore year. Pitch is going to be swung on and missed. Short is able to get past 2-out hit from Adam Sullivan as he strikes out Kehoe to end the inning. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Jake Short. We'll return here. Geneva 0, Auburn 0. Be back for the top half of the second. Back here in Auburn, start the second. See the return of Owen Shard. Start the second inning. Casey Burkhoff, the designated hitter. The boxes. He's swing at the first pitch. Hit out to right field. Thompson's going to come in and make the play for a quick first pitch, first out.
Not really wasting any pitches. Getting that pitch count low. Last a few.
That thing. I mean, again, we're start the season. You're just ramping up pitchers. You got to think on Burchard. He's not going to go too deep in this game. They're not going to push him too far in this game. So having first pitch outs, he'll take that any day. Burchard are in that Auburn clubhouse is the first pitch to Sam Fleming. A strike on the outside part of the plate. Oh, 1. They're going to have to peel down to first. They're going to say he did not go. Now even one. It was a close one. I thought it could have gone either way. Not go. 1-1 from Burchard. High. Now 2-1. Fleming, the left fielder for the Red Wings, stands in. 1-2, that's fouled in the air, straight back. Out of play. Count now.
Hit the side. Makes contact with the ball. Get it.
Yeah, you got to think. For him, it's not much. I mean, get the barrel to the bat, and the power will show. So that one's going to be high. Count now full 3-2. I'm sure high school coaches are saying, hey, man, I want you on the basketball team. That pitch is going to be hit over to third. Stang Traeger's going to make the throw over to first. It's not going to be in time, as Fleming is able to beat that by half a step. He did all his speed right there. Beat that throw. Good job by Stang Traeger getting it over. Just not time.
The fact that was even close is
Infield hit for Fleming. So that's going to bring Brock Ratterman, the extra hitter here for the Red Wings. This is batting gloves over to the side. On the runner's mitt. Lead from first, one out here in the top of the second. Bird's pitch. One's going to be hit over to shortstop, caught in the air. Throw back to first is not going to be in time. Good reaction from Sullivan. Immediately, as soon as he got that, he was going to throw back over to first. Sure, Fleming didn't go too far. Now, 2 outs. Both outs in this inning have been on the first pitch.
That's been a good fielding inning. Oh, so only 2 outs. That's me.
Michael Sardu, the third baseman for Geneva, is going to make his way to the plate. First pitch he'll see is going to be on the outside part of the plate. Strike one. Hey, you mentioned fielding. Even when against Fleming, the grounder, that's a tough throw over to make, and Stang Traeger made it where there was no air, no chance for Fleming to advance. So like you mentioned, very good field inning. They're trying to continue that count 0-1. That one's hit in the air, quickly out of play. Pritchard's up in the count 0-2. Trying to make a quick second inning. Pritchard and the Doubledays defense. Ready's on the mound. Ratterman ready in the box. 0-2. Fleming's going to take off. Ball was in the dirt. Oh, at second base, he slid in. Like, Josh Thompson was still on second base. A little bit of a collision. Both guys get up, are good. Say their apologies, and we're on to the next pitch. It's 1-2 count. But now that puts a runner in scoring position. Brad has to work his way, as that one's going to be in the dirt. Blocked by Reeder. In front of him, count now 2-2.
Fleming shouldn't have that. Have to keep an eye. And now, I know he's likely not going to steal, attempt it. But has that speed to be able to make a play there.
Absolutely. Just being able to put the pressure on the Auburn defense now. 90 feet closer to home plate. 2-2. Just low. Count now full. 3-2. Good job by Sardu working this count back, as it was originally 0-2. Shard was working quickly. Now it's a full count. 2 outs, top of the second. Runner on second. Score is still 0-0. Shard readies. Deals the 3-2. That one's going to be hit just over the head of Sullivan. That's going to be hit into left field, as Fleming is going to come around to score with no throw to home.
That's where Fleming's really a danger. You know, as soon as that ball was put in play, he was going to pound the base.
Absolutely knew with 2 outs he was going quickly. Got a read on that. And that ball, I kid you not, was just over the head of the shortstop, Sullivan. That's going to bring in our first run of the night. Michael Sardu, an RBI single. Barron comes to the plate, catching tonight for the Red Wings. Sardu will be on first. Two-out rally. 2-out hitting from Sardu. That at bat. Sardu trying to get out of this inning, only giving up 1 run. First pitch is going to be swung on and hit out of play. Right field line.
Inning that got the Doubledays in their last game. That against Anta, they lost that second inning 5-1. So if you could just get out of this up 1 run, not going to be the end of the.
Absolutely is. 0-1's going to be swung on, fouled straight back at the net. Count now 0-2. And in that game, that was the game Shard started, only pitched an inning, so that was not on him that second inning. He's here in this second inning. Started giving up a run, but quickly up in the count, 0-2 to Zane Barron. Again, like Ryan said, just trying to get out of this. You can deal with 1 run. 1 run, that's no problem. 0-2. That off-speed pitch. Home crowd wanted it. Looked like a good one. Going to be a ball. Count now 1-2.
Of the attempt there. But
yeah, I like his stuff so far tonight.
really shown his bag and shown what he can throw at the other side while still having a little bit more in his backpack.
That pitch is going to be on the corner. Great pitch by Owen Burchard to get out of this second inning. The Red Wings are able to plate 1. They're able to get on the board first. Red Wings 1, Doubledays 0. We'll be back with the bottom of the second. Back here in Auburn is Troy Reeder. Catcher is going to lead off this bottom half of the inning.
Someone you had pointed out was a player to watch at the plate.
Definitely in his last game against Oneonta, he actually had one of the RBIs. First pitch he sees him to be outside. Good night for the catchers in that game against Oneonta, as both catchers that played in that game, Reeder, Anthony Cesara, they had their 4 RBIs. Reeder had 1 for Anthony Cesara, as that pitch is going to be inside on her part of the plate. For strike, count now 1-1. So Reeder being in the middle of this lineup, batting 5th, can be a pivotal role as he gets one out into left field, as it looked like Fleming kind of slipped on his initial read of that ball, but I don't think it would have mattered. I think that ball was going to drop either way for a hit for Troy Reeder.
That's going to be a factor all game. How could the players deal with these wet conditions that come with this?
Definitely. And again, I think that ball would have dropped no matter what, but
Agreed.
again, Fleming, we know his speed, wasn't able to get the best grip trying to hunt down that ball. Bring up Colson Thompson to the plate. Right field tonight. takes the lead off of first base. That first pitch, Colson Thompson's going to be outside for ball one. Thompson, senior, West Alabama, West Mississippi Community Colleges. She sees outside. Count 2-0. Clarkdale, Mississippi is. I think Auburn's a little different than Clarkdale.
A little bit different. I'd say a bit of a culture shock coming up to upstate New York.
2-0. It's going to be swung on and missed. Catcher looked down the first base line. Able to get Troy Reeder to stay honest there and get back to first. A lot cooler in Auburn than I assume in Mississippi. Reeder's on his way. That one's going to be floated. Caught in the air from Foggus. He has an easy throw over to first. It's an unfortunate play right there for a double play for the Doubledays. Classic hit and run. Ball floated in the air, and as Fogg was going over to cover second, was just able to lean in and make that catch, and then obviously Reeder, who was trying to steal second, he didn't have enough time to go back to first as Fogg made the easy play. That's going to up quick 2 outs this inning. Parker Schweck is going to come to the plate, the designated hitter. First pitch is going to be, hey, right over to Fogg. Field it cleanly, make the throw over to first is Fogg. Hey, he made all 3 outs in this inning as after a leadoff hit from the Doubledays. Aren't able to plate any. Geneva continues with the lead 1-0 as we'll be back top half of the third. Back here in Auburn. Continues to be on the mound for Doubledays. And on Matt Buca, second baseman for Geneva. Pitch of the inning. Fouled off. And out of play. Count now 0-1.
39 pitches. Definitely expect to see him.
Definitely, I like the way he's been working. Again, we've talked about it. I think his stuff has been really good tonight, and staying conservative with pitches. That one's going to be high. I think that one might have slipped out of his hand, it seemed. Count now 1-1. And that's what you want out of a starting pitcher. Somebody who can bring his stuff, but also can like where he's at so far in the pitch count tonight. Again, he's not going to pitch too much like where he's at, the 1-1. Just off the play. Pitch there, count now 2-1.
Doubledays step up this find.
Absolutely. 2-1 pitch. He swung on and missed. Count now 2-2, and he's had a few, seems like fastballs that the Red Wings just have not been able to catch up. I want to say 3-4 swing and a miss so far in this game. Tell the heat has been a problem so far for the Red Wings. Two pitch, gonna go off speed, dirt now. Count now 3-2. Also mix it up with his pitchers. Like to see that season. Experiment with all different pitches. We'll count here 3-2 from Burchard. That one's going to be high. Looked like he was going with the heat on that one, but that's going to be a walk to start the inning to Matt Buca. Now Dylan Wilson. Flip over to the top of the lineup for Geneva. Slide out, center field. Good play by Droge, if you remember, to start the game. Sliding. So we started the evening. Pitch. That one's going to be off the catcher's mitt to the backstop easily. He's going to round second. Passed ball. And a potential runner. Red Wings 90 feet closer. Those are the unforced errors that can really come back to haunt you in games. It's just allowing a runner to advance 90 feet all like that. Charles going to have to work himself out as the 1-0 is going to be fouled straight back. Count now 1-1.
Yeah, those are especially playing from behind. I know it's early, but you can't be making.
Absolutely. Never want to give your opponent kind of opportunities like this. Last inning, Fleming was able to steal second. You saw how much just having a runner on second and them scoring that opening run in this game. 1-1's going to be low. Count now 2-1. Auburn, New York, just past 8:30. Has the lead. 1-0. That one's going to be off the glove. First baseman Izzo into the outfield. That's going to bring in Lucas. He's able to score off that squibbler. Looked like it caught a bad hop at the end for Izzo. Kind of got into the outfield and wasn't hit too hard. So right fielder Thompson was able to come in, but not in time as Buca read that perfectly. Was able to score from second. Like we talked about, the pass ball leading to a runner going to second. Him being on second caused him to score right there. Readers go out to the mound, talk with Owen Burchard here. There's going to be a runner on first. Runner already plated here as a 2-0 lead. Chase Fogg comes to the plate. Checks back first. Wolfson's on the move to second. The throw going to be not in time, but he slid off the bag, and he's out at second. What a great job by Josh Thompson staying with the tag there as the initial throw wasn't in time. But again, we talked about the conditions, the rain. That led Dylan Wolfson to slide straight off the bag, and Josh Thompson keeping the tag on him. Kept it up there for the first out, a huge first out. The Doubledays. Pitch is going to be in the dirt now. Ball one. Count 1-1. Readies and deals his 1-1. Hit in the air out to right field. Good job cutting it off from Thompson. Eliminating any potential extra base hit right there. But for Geneva, another hit. It seems like they're able to string along some good at-bats here in the top of the third. Jack Turner worked a 8-pitch walk opening inning. scored one. Or Hog takes his lead off of first. A big swing and a miss from Jack Turner. It looked like he was trying to double up the score there with that swing.
Certainly a shot at it. That spot steal there by Dylan Wolfson. That could certainly come back to bite Geneva team. That easily had a runner there on.
Totally agree. That one's outside count. I mean, just talked about it at length. Just having a runner at second base, and Wolfson was in there at second base, just slid off the bag. Hey, single could have scored him. Instead, one out and only a man on first base. 1-1 swung on and missed. Good job by Richard. 86 miles per hour. That pitch got Turner swing and a miss. Count now 1-2.
Turner can connect. He has the power to drive one of these.
It seems like that's exactly what he's trying to do at the plate. Count 0-2, swung on a miss. Over to second. In time. Strike him out. Throw him out to end the inning. Huge for the Doubledays. Richard gets the strikeout on Jack Turner. Really good at bat against Jack Turner. Throw down to first. Second, gets Chase Fogg. Geneva does score one. It's 2-0. We'll be back for the bottom half of the third. Doubledays trying to make a comeback. Auburn comes to the plate here in the third inning. Down 2-0 as Geneva was able to tack on a run top half of the inning. Izzo, the first baseman, step into the batter's box first out of the night. Still going against Jake Short. Pitch, that's going to be ripped in the air out to left field. It's going to split the outfielders. Is Fleming misplays the ball, but that's not going to matter. Nick Izzo's clearly into second base. Hey, Nick Izzo saw the first pitch. He liked the first pitch and jumped on the first pitch out to left center. Off double here to start the bottom of the third for the Doubledays.
Jumped on it. It was the exact way to put that pitch. He was eager for that pitch. He was waiting. As soon as it came in, he put all of his power into that swing.
Felt like he knew exactly what Jake Short was about to throw right there. He did not miss. Now that puts a runner in scoring position for the Doubledays. First time here tonight. Sam Meyer, the left fielder, talked about it at length. Just a run second Q for an offense. Drive in, Doubledays, just run at home. Long look. Now, side for ball one. I think now if you're the Doubledays, here's good at bats together. Whoever runner, scoring position, make Jake Short work a little bit here.
And the thing is, Short really hasn't been that much. 23 tonight, really outpaced in terms of total.
Absolutely. Talked about we liked where starting the top step off there. Hey, just having a runner on second. Previous pitch, long look back at second. Now has to take a step off. It can cause a little discomfort with the pitchers. 1-0 outside. Count now 2-0.
Having that nagging voice in your head saying, maybe he's going, maybe he's second, that always has an impact.
Definitely. Short looks in. Had been crucial at this point, trying to make him pay and cut into this lead. Go to Meyer. Hey, that's low. Count now 3-0. Quickly. Deck for days. Count. Swing. Nope. Ball all the way. 4-pitch walk. Sam Meyer. At first and second. Nobody out here. Opportunity. Doubledays.
Damage. And if he doesn't, you got the top of the lineup coming up.
Continued approach. Hey, get a hold of one. Red Wings in, maybe expecting a bunt potential. Not going to see a bunt. Roach is going to pitch, fouls one off. I like it there. I like being aggressive here. Start this season. Maybe a little later you play small ball, but right here I like being aggressive.
Let's just get that run in first. And then let's try to tie it up. Let's see if we can get both these base runners some real damage.
That plan. The 0-1 pitch to draw. The inside for ball one. Count now. Oh, 2. That one's going to be, 1-1 going to be lifted in the air to center field. Wolfson's going to be under that. Treating back to second. Nick is, though. Back to first. That fly ball. Just out. Like you mentioned, that flips the script now and brings the top of the line back. Josh Thompson. Looking back.
Need to see the top of the lineup be more productive.
Looking for like I'm out in that pitch. High for ball. Side. 2. Barron look back at first, trying to keep as honest as he possibly can. Had a big secondary space. Not covering the bag, so extend that lead and closer. Second base, third base. On a pepper, is that outside? Count. Oh, quickly. That.
You can tell these runners, catcher Barron, he certainly has made them retreat back to the bag quick. Chances over.
Yeah, they don't want to be caught out on the base path. Is that 3-0 is going to be put in play. Fielder's choice to second. Fogg was able to keep on the bag. Dangerous potential. Off target, but good job by Fogg. Jeanette and staying on the bag. Have run on the court. 2 outs. Dead. Staying. Hey, on the move is going to be Josh Thompson. In there, throw was hobbled there at second base. Now second and third. Staying Traeger. So that's one. Side and low.
Can't afford to.
Quickly, talked about it. Have put runs on the board. Hurt. Breaking ball. Have enough break. Inside, count now 3-0. Awful lot of 3-ball counts. The third in this inning against Jake Short. Cleburne again trying to take advantage. That pitch will catch the outside part of the plate for strike. Auburn part of this inning. Double from stands on second. Thompson. Runners here at the plate. Off, now he's back on. Throw to get out of this. Figure out how to put runs on the board. Ball 4. Walk of the inning. Auburn. Now that's the bases loaded. Sullivan comes single back in that first inning. Just past the out. Past reach of the second baseman into right field. Get a ball into the outfield, rounder, liner, anything of that nature. You have a potential to tie this game at 2. First pitch here. Drilled in the air out to left field. Fleming's going back. He's not going to get there. 2 runs are going to score quickly. Third run to take the lead is rounding third. He's coming in without a throw. Adam Sullivan with a 2-out, 3-run double to take the lead for the Auburn Doubledays here.
What a hit by Sullivan. He knows how to step it up when the pressure is on, and his bat can really do damage to opposing pitchers' confidence.
Jumping on the first pitch. Clears the bases. Auburn has taken the lead. First time here tonight. Runner still in scoring position with 2 outs. Oh, who struck out first inning. Low for ball 1. Pitchers, we were talking, hey, we liked coming into the third inning where they were. So far, third inning's been tough for each pitcher. Or in particular for Jake Short, giving up 3 runs.
Has been innings.
Auburn's looking for that pitch is high for ball 2. Good at-bats put together by Auburn. 2-0 pitch. Lined out to right center field. That's going to score one. Kehoe's going to second. He's going to have second base. Standing double, back-to-back RBI doubles for the Auburn Doubledays. They now have a 4-2 lead here in the bottom of the third inning.
Saw that the Doubledays were capable of this last game. 3 of their 4 runs came in that 1/7 inning burst against Oneonta. So they've showed their potential, really putting things together here. 4th inning. 3rd inning.
It's going to be a quick meeting at the mound Aaron trying to go comfort Jake Short, who, again, feeling, looking, cruising good so far. And Auburn, a leadoff double by Nick Izzo. Later in the inning, Adam Sullivan threw with a high double. Auburn has the lead. Extend it. Now that pitch is high. Not able to catch it is the catcher, Zane Barron. Runner Kehoe is going to advance to third now. Ball. Runner 90 feet closer, scoring. Auburn. Really good offensive inning for Auburn.
Troy Reeder. Now he's one of those guys who, with his bat, can do damage. There's a reason he's at Notre Dame. He has that talent.
Had a single back in the second inning. Have another and quickly turn this lead. The 1-1 pitch, that's going to be high. Ball 2. And credit to Auburn here. This is really rallying score. Been done with 2 outs. The fielder's choice from Josh Thompson. Left runners on the corner, then a walk, a double, and a double. 2-1 pitch will be in there to even the count. 2-2. 2 outs. The damage has been done here. 2 outs in this inning.
Still potential for here.
Auburn is not satisfied with only 4. Looking to tack on a 5th run. The 2-2 pitch. That one's going to freeze Troy Reeder. Strikeout looking to end this inning. But Auburn strikes, and they strike big. 4 runs. They take the lead 4-2 against Geneva. We'll be back with the top half of the 4th. Owen Burchard back on the mound for Auburn. Hey, he's pitching tonight with the first time with the lead.
Oh, yeah. Now that he has that advantage, let's see what damage he can do.
Gotta be a good feel. This pitch is going to be high for ball 1. Braden Michelson. Outside. To pitch now, low count now 3-0. Here. Gonna be a walk to Michelson.
that first called a ball. So 1-0 count for Casey Burkroff, the bat.
Burkhoff flew out to right field back in the second inning. The inside for strike one. Count now even 1-1. Shard looks in. Pitch fouled straight back. Count now 1-2. Shard trying to have a smooth inning here. Your offense is able to get the lead. Have a big offensive inning. Just trying to do this a shutdown inning. Swung on and missed for strike 3 to Burkhoff. It's a great way if you want to shut down inning right there. Really good pitch from Burchard to get Burkhoff.
Strikeouts are going to. Haven't seen a ton of them from Burchard today. Let's see if he can start ramping them up. Get into the.
Yeah, only his third strikeout of the night. That's going to bring up Sam Fleming. Pitched on an infield single, swung on and missed on the first pitch, and then came around to score. Got the scoring started as he stole second base. Came to score Michael Sardu, RBI single.
Fleming might be the player on this that you have on the base.
Oh, 100%. That ball's low for 1-1. His speed can immediately cause havoc for not only the catcher, but the entire defense if he gets on the base path. Burchard trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Count is 1-1. Fleming fouls that one back now. 1-2. The fourth inning. Auburn out hitting Geneva 5-4. Outscoring them 4-2. Both teams have not committed an error so far in this game. 1-2. Oh, off-speed pitch swung on and missed. Now that was a beauty right there.
Talk about getting those strikeouts. That is a solid way to get a strikeout.
Huge strikeout there after the opening walk in this inning to Braden Michelson. 2 consecutive strikeouts of Burkhoff and Fleming can bring up Brock Ratterman. Lined out to short in his last at-bat, but I got to say that was a beauty of a pitch from Burchard in that last at-bat. First pitch, Ratterman swung on and missed. I feel like this inning, we see the 2 strikeouts, but seeing a lot of swing and misses. Burchard skidding back where he feels comfortable. Gotta like where he's at if you're Auburn. 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed again. Looked like it was right down the middle, and Ratterman just wasn't able to catch up to it, which we've seen with the fastball many times tonight. Burchard readies the 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Woo! After a leadoff walk, Burchard goes ahead. He says, you know what? I'll take care of it. Strikes out the side to end the top of the 4th. Auburn continues to have a 2-run lead. They lead 4-2 over Geneva. We'll be back for the bottom of the 4th. Bottom of the fourth inning. Game moving along relatively quickly here as Colson Thompson in the batter's box here for his second at-bat of the night. Pitch be in there for a strike from Jake Short. Short still out there and after the tough third inning. Colson lined into a double play back in the second inning in his first at-bat. Kind of unfortunate situation as it was a hit and run with Troy Reeder stealing second. Ball floated in the air. Shortstop was able to catch it and fire over to first. Get rid of the Auburn base runners. That ball is going to be hit in the air over to right field and out of play. Originally, Michelson was thinking he might have a play on that ball, but that ball continued to drift. I don't know. It might have been the wind helping it out into the stands over by the clubhouse.
Short has the experience to, even though he had a bad inning his last time around, he has that experience to come back and throw a nice, solid 12 to 20 pitch inning.
Hey, there you go, right there. Swing and a miss. Colson Thompson. A strikeout to start the inning. 4 consecutive strikeouts as Burchard, had 3. Top half of the inning. Short comes back. Hey, you can do, I can do as well. Strike out. Bring up Parker Schweck, the DH. Striking ball misses. Count now 1-0. Pitch here. That one's going to be able to catch the inside part of the plate, which is similar to what Short was trying to do on the previous pitch. That one, he is able to count now even 1-1. That pitch is going to be on the outside part of the plate. Count now back to 2-1. It's a lot easier said than done, but talked about it. Just putting together good at-bats for Auburn. Which can find its way in there for strike 2, count now 2-2. But I think against Short, guy who pitcher had a tough last inning, just try and put together some good at bats, make him work.
Yes.
I think that's the biggest thing.
Run up that pitch count as much as you can.
100%. Little dribbler right in front of the catcher. That's going to be fair. Throw over to first from Barron to Michelson. Be the second out here this inning. Looked like it caught the very end of the bat. For Schweik, not able to beat that one out. 2-3 put out as Nick Izzo comes back to the plate. Hey, he got everything started in that third inning. Leadoff double. Came around to score on an Adam Sullivan double that just cleared the bases. Pitch is going to be high and outside for ball 1. Short, quickly able to get 2 outs here in this inning. That pitch is going to be hit on the ground over to the shortstop. Fogg is going to make the throw over to first base in time. Short is able to have a bounce back inning, going 1-2-3 to retire the Doubledays. But Auburn still has a 4-2 lead. They'll look to keep that lead here as we believe we'll have a pitching change for Auburn. We'll tell you more about it on the back half of this commercial. Back here, I mentioned a pitching change for the Doubledays. As Brennan Hilleman is going to come into the game, trying to protect a 4-2 lead that the Doubledays have here in the 5th inning.
Hilleman certainly looked good in his last time out for the Doubledays.
So he's going to face Michael Sardu. First pitch would be in there for a strike. Top of the 5th. Good job by Owen Burchard. This pitch is going to be fouled out of play. Count now 0-2. Hillman on the mound. The 0-2 is going to be high for ball 1. As for Burchard, he ended the game with 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, 4 hits, and 2 runs. As Sardu's going to hit that one out to left field for a single to start this 5th inning. That one able to be fielded by Meyer, thrown back in. As Geneva has opening batter on base to start this inning.
You could just hear the crack of that bat. That was some solid contact there by Sardu.
Sardu's going to lead off a first, bringing up Zane Barron, the catcher. He's going to show bunt, pull back. It was a strike on the outside part of the plate. Now 0-1. Second pitch in there for strike 2. Quickly ahead in the count. Hilleman is 0-2. Hilleman's going to be playing at the University of Maine this upcoming season, transferring there. Originally starting his career at Wolford. He's going to be tapped over to first. Good play by Izzo. He's just going to, hey, you know what? I'll go tag Zane Barron, who was trying to juke him out there at first. Izzo knew, hey, I had to run in so much, I can't get the double play. No point in doing it. I'm going to just get the runner who was at the plate. Matt Buca comes to the plate. Runner on second in scoring position. This is where Red Wings have done damage to the Doubledays when they've been able to get a runner on in scoring position. Excuse me. Buca comes to the plate. He walked and was able to come around to score back in the 3rd inning in his first at bat. Pitch can be fouled down the right field line, out of play. So Hilleman, originally from Wolford, transferred to Monroe CC. Again, I mentioned transferred to the University of Maine this upcoming season. At Monroe CC, he was dominant, 6-1 with a 1.99 ERA, 11 appearances, 49.2 innings pitched. Looking to bring that this summer with the Doubledays. That pitch is going to be low for ball 2. Buca stands in the batter's box. Hilleman on the mound. And Sardu on second base. The 2-1 be hit out in the air to center field. Droge is going to get under that. Sardu's going to go and tag. Going to third. Throw is going to be a little off the bag. That's going to advance the runner 90 feet closer to home. Buca put a fly out to center field. Stardew takes advantage of that deep fly ball. Again, now on third, 2 outs. It's going to go to the top half of the lineup, top part of the lineup. Dylan Wolfson to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a single back in the third inning and flied out to Droge. Start the game in the first. First pitch, and there for a strike.
Heilman entering this at bat, 7 pitches, 5 of them were strikes. Certainly putting the ball in play.
That's not efficient. I don't know what is. 0-1. Outside. Count now 1-1. That might have been a little bit of an announcer's jinx right there, talking about the strikes. And
don't blame us, all the fans at home.
Count is 1-1 to Wolfson. Deal. Pitch is dealt. That was a beauty right there. Had Wolfson looked like he was taking a golf swing. Good off-speed pitch that fooled him by Hillman, who now is up in the count 1-2 with a chance to get out of this inning with no runs across the plate. Still got to try and get past Wolfson, but is 1 strike away from doing so.
Heilman has Wolfson on his heels. I like him throwing a tight fastball right down the middle here. Let's see what he can do.
Looks in and deals the 1-2. That one's going to be, just off the plate and low. I think everybody here in the stadium in Auburn, if you're a Doubledays fan, they thought that was strike 3, except home.
Including Heilman. He started walking off the mound.
Home plate umpire said, nope, not just yet. Count now even, 2-2. The pitch. Breaking ball, not able to break just enough, just a little high. Count now full. Good job by Wolfson working his way back into the count. Full count. 3-2. That one's going to be a strike. Strike 3. Hilleman, is able to get out of there. He looks back. Nice little smile as he wanted one a few pitches before, but you know what? He'll take that one to get out of the inning. Good job by the Doubledays, not allowing the Red Wings to cut into the lead. Score remains 4-2. Doubledays are going to come up to bat here. Sam Meyer makes his way to the batter's box as he's going to take on Jake Short again. Second time Meyer's going to see Short worked a 4-pitch walk back in the third inning. Going to be first pitch swinging, foul ball, out of play. Meyer, while he was able to work the walk in the third inning, he was not able to come around to score. He was out on the fielder's choice from Josh Thompson, but watched his teammates plate 4 that inning, as that pitch is going to be inside, too much inside for ball one. Count now 1-1. Short's pitch is going to be high. 2-1. Feel like a broken record here, but good at bats for Auburn. Put those together, might be able to string a few runs here. Short. This pitch is going to be fouled off down the third baseline. Play by the third base coach.
Showing off his athleticism. Flashback to his playing days.
Sure, he's going to have some bragging rights in the clubhouse tonight. Be like, oh, you saw me flash the leather.
Showing his guys how to do it if they can't do it in the game.
Granted, it wasn't leather, was the bare hand. That much impressive. Is Myers going to pop one? Looks like a mile in the air. But it's going to be settled under and caught by Turner in right field for the first out of the inning. Austin Droge comes to the plate. Slide out to center. His only at bat of the night back in the third inning. Short looks in. Short's been able to bounce back really nicely, as that first pitch of this at-bat's going to be in there for a strike. After the third inning, in which he gave up 4 and the Doubledays made really nice rally to take the lead. Hey, he's done nothing. Retire 4 in a row. That ball is going to be hit over to third. Great diving play by the third baseman. The throw over to first is going to be in time. Great job by Sardu getting to that ball. It looked like that had a chance to get into the hole, the third base shortstop hole into left field. A sliding play, getting it over to first to get and rob Austin Droge of a hit.
Doubledays have shown they can do damage with 2 outs. Let's see if Thompson can get anything going here.
Thompson, his third at bat. Like he was showing bunt for a second. With Sardu playing back, pulled back. It was a ball. Ball 1.
I feel like common advice says normally don't bunt with no one on base, but you never know.
Hey, if you can beat it out, you can beat it out. I think that's what Thompson was thinking, is that one's going to be a slow grounder to third. Sardu's throw is not going to be stopped by Michelson, as that's going to reach the wall. Thompson's going to make his way over to second. It's going to be a throwing error on Sardu, who just had a very nice play just the previous at-bat before. That one looks like he had a little too much time. Throw brought Michelson, off the bag. Wasn't able to keep his foot on the bag and catch the ball. Ball reached the backstop, the wall, behind first base. And Thompson now in scoring position just like that. Bringing up Jed Stang Traeger. Here he see the first pitch be outside for ball 1. Crowd here in Auburn getting into the game, trying to make some noise, help produce a 2-out rally. 1-0. It's going to be popped in the air. Like Short's like, hey, I'm going to get under that one. I'll do it myself, as he does. Fly out to short. Called everybody off and said, I got this one myself. As an air advanced Doubleday to second, but they were not able to cash in with a runner in scoring position. They still have the lead here, 4-2 at the bottom of the 5th. We'll head into the top of the 6th. Auburn, 4-2 lead.
We're back here in the top of the 6th inning where we have Tyler Vivacqua taking the mound for the Auburn Doubledays, a local from Liverpool, New York. He just finished up his first season of college ball, now making his debut for the Doubledays on the mound. That first pitch is going to be a big swing and a big miss. That is number 21 up to bat, Chase Fogg for the Geneva Redwings. As that second pitch going to miss the plate, 1-1 count evens it up. Tyler Vivacqua, certainly known as more of a hitter, but he has shown his potential to excel on the mound. It's going to be interesting to see how he performs here in his first innings as a Doubledays pitcher. That one's fouled off, 1-2 count.
Tough crowd to follow, especially after Burchard and Hillman had two really good outings so far. So Vivacqua's trying to come in, stay with some heat, and keep this lead for the Doubledays.
Pressure's on Vivacqua, but he has a nice, comfortable 2-run gap to hold on to. That one is going to be strike 3. Fogg thought about swinging, opted not to do so, and that was the wrong decision as Vivacqua K's his first batter of the night. Now coming up to the plate, Jack Turner, the right fielder for Geneva.
I gotta say, that was a nasty breaking ball from Vivacqua right there.
Certainly was. Showing off his stuff in his first at-bat. That first pitch going to miss outside. Vivacqua down the count, 1-0 to start. And that's also going to be a ball missing outside, then inside. There's a high up and down strike zone against the 6'6" Jack Turner, 6'6", 210 from Everett University. That one also outside, so down 3-0 in the count after a great first at bat. Oh, sorry, 2-1 in the count.
It's helped out by the umpire right there. Good pitch on the outside part of the plate.
And did he go? The first base umpire will say he did not go. So 3-1. See if Vivacqua's stuff can get him out of this count. And a chop there by Turner. Got low on it, a little too low, fouls it off to the right side.
Vivacqua trying to battle here. Count full 3-2. Be a big punch out.
And it's ruled that he could take his base. That's a strikeout. A punch out there for Vivacqua, who struck out the first two batters he's seen. That was a tough call for the umpire to make. Turner ruled out there on the K. Now stepping up to the plate, Braden Michelson, the first baseman for the Geneva Redwings, as we see Vivacqua has a chance to strike out the side against a good Geneva hitting squad.
Oh, what a pitch right there. And, from our angle, I couldn't really tell if Turner went or not, but he didn't argue with the first base umpire, so it was pretty certain that he did go around, and Vivacqua was showing his stuff, really flexing his arsenal so far in this game.
That pitch going to find the strike zone. That's 0-1 count against Braden Michelson from Plymouth State University.
I gotta say, I think the off-speed stuff that Vivacqua has just been freezing these Red Wings hitters so far.
He's really been showing off everything that he can do, but yes, you're right, the off-speed has really impressed so far in this game. As that's going to be the first ball put in play against Vivacqua, and the simple play there, Sullivan to the first baseman in Izzo. So Vivacqua gets out of the inning 1-2-3. We're going to head into the bottom of the 6th inning. Doubledays still lead 4-2. Stay tuned for more. Adam Sullivan stepping up to the batter's box to kick off the inning for the Auburn Doubledays. We're in the bottom of the sixth, and Sullivan has done plenty of damage to this Geneva squad. In his first at bat, a single. In his most recent at bat, a 3 RBI double. So Sullivan, one of the key factors in that 4-run inning there in the third. That first pitch comes on a breaking ball, strike one. Sullivan falls behind in the count early. Short still out there on the mound for Geneva.
I'd definitely say Sullivan's got to be one of those leading candidates if you're going to do a player of the game so far through this game. Sullivan's got to be at the top of the list.
Second pitch there does not find the strike zone, and Sullivan takes a nasty chop at that one. That one going to be fouled out to the left side. Sullivan down to the count, but he's proven that he can still make an impact even when trailing. That one is high or short. Short, still around the same pitch total that we saw Owen Burchard was at when the Doubledays decided to pull him. So it wouldn't surprise me to see Short finish out this inning, maybe even go one more depending on how the Geneva skipper views this one. Thomas Eaton known to let his pitchers stay out there, find their footing a little bit in these later innings.
Yeah, you got to give credit to Geneva saying, hey, we have trust in you. Jake Short, one bad inning isn't going to define your night, and he's bounced back well.
That one also misses the strike zone. So a full count here for Sullivan as he's battling back in this one. The hometown guy, Marcellus native, he takes a big swing at that one and is going to be a foul eked down the first base line. He's staying alive there, however he can stay alive. Sullivan did a lot of damage at Marcellus High School, where he was a threat on the bases, in the field, wherever you put him. Now at Lemoyne, already getting some solid playing time in just his freshman year. That one a big swing and a big miss. Sullivan looking to get another extra base hit. Wasn't able to get his barrel on the ball. That's going to be a swinging strike there for Sullivan, bringing up Kieran Kehoe, the extra hitter.
I have to say, Jake Short, man, he has bounced back so well. Went 1-2-3 in the fourth. Tired 3 of the 4 batters. Obviously, he saw in last inning. Now a quick strikeout to start this inning. He has bounced back well.
And a quick strike right there catches Kehoe looking. And that one going to be way high and outside for ball 1. So 1-1 count, evened up. 1 out on the board. Kehoe, the extra hitter out of St. Joseph's University, one of those schools that we see popping up frequently for the Doubledays. We talked about it a bit earlier. St. Joe's, Youngstown State, Mercyhurst, those schools that tend to pop up a lot on this Doubledays roster. That pitch is swung on, going to be popped up to the second baseman in Buca, and that is the Doubledays' second out of the inning.
Short continuing to mow down Doubledays after that big inning. Troy Reeder's trying to buck the trend right here, trying to get on base, start a potential 2-out rally for the Doubledays.
If there's anyone for the Doubledays to do it, it would be Troy Reeder, the Notre Dame catcher. He's already made his impact felt at the college level, whether it's at catcher, at DH for Notre Dame. He has certainly been an impact player there in South Bend.
Batting 5th in this Doubledays lineup, that shows you can expect some damage to come from his bat this season.
That's a big swing and a miss there from Reeder. Count now 1-1. Short now up to 82 pitches on the night. His pitch count certainly getting high, even though in his first outing wasn't nearly as high as this. We'll see how much more of a leash manager Thomas Eaton gives him over there on the Geneva dugout.
If he's able to get Troy Reeder out, would you bring him back out to start the seventh?
I don't know if I personally would. You just want to conserve him a little bit. Don't want to use him up too much in these early games. But I certainly wouldn't fault the decision if they did with how he's been dealing since that third inning.
Couldn't agree with you more. I think the key situation to see if that happens is if he is able to get Troy Reeder here, who is no easy out. Troy Reeder can put a ball in play and out of play, put a run on the board with one swing.
He's able to get a nice breaking ball to end the inning. I could definitely see him coming back out there. As that one going to be right down the middle. A chop there going to be hit. Second baseman, it's going to be the right fielder, actually, who makes the play. Turner calls off Buka. So that's going to take us into the seventh inning. Doubledays still maintaining a 2-run lead. Stay for more Auburn Doubledays baseball. We're back here in the top of the seventh inning, and we have a new hitter for the Geneva Redwings. It's Aiken Santana batting, and he's going to kick off the top of the seventh inning. As Santana puts the first one, that's going to be a foul ball. 0-1 count to start it off.
Santana is going to be pinch hitting for Casey Burkhoff, who is the designated hitter tonight.
As that second pitch is going to be outside. Vivacqua has a bit of pitching experience, more known for his batting, sure, but in high school, he was a very effective ace out there for the local Liverpool Warriors. Had a 2.63 ERA over just over 40 innings pitched in his senior year. That second pitch going to be called a ball inside, 2-1 count. Vivacqua hit 88 miles per hour on that fastball. Pitch comes in. That will find the plate. A nice pitch there. Changes it up a little bit. Off speed, 78 miles per hour. 10-mile-per-hour dip there on that pitch, and it's going to make it a 2-2 count.
It's got to be so tough for a reader trying to read, figure out what pitch he's going to throw. 10-mile-per-hour difference in back-to-back pitches. Got to be tough.
That one way inside there, nearly clipping Santana. He had to jump out of the way. Vivacqua, we talked about it with Hilleman, very efficient with his pitches. Entering this at-bat, 12 pitches, 8 of them strikes. Certainly knows how to find that strike zone. That one's going to be put in play. That's the third baseman picking it up, throwing it over there to first. The connection between Stang Trieger and Izzo to get out Aiken Santana.
So far, this Doubledays defense playing well tonight. Good job by Stang Trieger right there, fielding that ball cleanly, firing over to first, getting Santana.
And it's another pinch hitter coming up to the plate, Braden Freeman for the Geneva Redwings, as he crushes that first one into right field, and that's going to be caught by Colson. Thompson shuts down any chance of an extra base hit, doesn't let that drop, and it's another extra base hitter, I believe. Sorry, that is not an extra base hitter, a pinch hitter.
Quickly, 2 outs in this inning. Vavakwa working well again.
Correction, that is a pinch hitter. That's Zach Banks coming up to the plate. Standing at 6 feet tall, 190 pounds, the lefty redshirt freshman out of Embry-Riddle University. That first pitch is a strike. The second one, also going to be a strike, gets Banks to swing and whiff. As that pitch going to not find the strike zone. 1-2 count. Banks gets it a little bit closer to the mean. Seen a swinging strike, a looking strike, a ball, and that's going to be another ball there for Vivacqua, as it's now 2-2 with 2 outs. Vivacqua looking to get through another quick inning. He's really showed his prowess as a hurler so far in this game. And that's a third ball as it goes from an 0-2 count to a full count, 3-2. In the Doubledays last game, 5 pitchers, not one of them was Vivacqua. 1 note to Hilleman, 2.2 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, 0 hits in that outing. So I got to give him some credit. He performed well in his 1 inning of work this game. As that one swung on and clipped, that's going to be fouled barely into the right side by Banks. Vivacqua up to 25 pitches on the night through nearly 2 full innings of work. It's getting to that time where we're going to see a lot of pinch hitters coming in. That one also swung on, also barely fouled. Another foul off there from Banks, who's staying alive in this count after falling down 0-2 early on. So props to Banks for fighting, battling, staying alive.
Doing his best, trying to spark a 2-out rally for the Red Wings. Vivacqua trying to shut that down.
Not easy to do it against a pitcher like Vivacqua, who will throw it right down the middle. A great pitch there from Vivacqua to strike out the final batter of the inning. We'll head into the 8th as the Doubledays still holding on to that 4-2 lead they built in the 3rd inning. Stay tuned for more Auburn Doubledays baseball. We're back here in the bottom of the 7th inning. We just had Take Me Out to the Ball game played for the 7th inning stretch. And now we have a new pitcher, finally, for the Geneva Redwings. If you thought you had enough of Erskine College, you'd be mistaken. Short hands the ball off to the freshman, Micah Sanders, also from Erskine. Sanders, a lefty now, so we'll see some southpaw action. First batter up to the plate, Colson Thompson. Is that pitch going to be just off outside for ball one?
You got to give props to Jake Short. Very easily.
That one put into the third baseman. That's going to be an easy 5-3 play. Props to the third baseman there, Michael Sardu, for making the play. And it's now going to be coming up to the plate for the Doubledays. Parker Schwake out of Youngstown State, the designated hitter, has already showed what he could do with the bat this game. Let's see if he can keep it going for the Doubledays.
Looks like that one hit him in the dirt.
And that he is going to take his base there. So Schwake gets off of that quickly. And now coming up to the plate, Nick Izzo, the first baseman. Got a runner on base. Izzo's proven he could do some damage. The first baseman out of St. Peter's. And wow, a pickoff attempt goes wild. And that's going to be Schwake taking his base to second.
It looks like they're going to say it was a dead ball, and that's not going to count. Interesting developments there is Schwake was easily going to have second, but the umpires stepped in and ruled, hey, the ball was not in play, so we're not going to allow you to take second. As we'll see, Sanders' first pitch is going to be outside to Nick Izzo, who's up at the plate with one out and a runner at first, so Schwake does not advance on that one. Very strange play.
Very strange indeed, as that's also going to be a ball. So 2-0 count here for Nick Izzo. Gets ahead on Sanders early on. Sanders hasn't gotten a ton of experience for this Geneva squad so far, putting a young guy in there to follow up the veteran experience of Short. That pitch is going to be a looking strike there for Izzo. 2-1 count. Pitch comes in. That's going to be a steal attempt from Schwake, and he does get there in time. The throw just barely too late, and Schwake will take the base that almost was given to him earlier on.
And talk about a bang-bang play there at second base. Both Schwake and the ball arriving at the same time. Schwake able to get his hand in there quick enough to swipe that bag. Puts a runner at scoring position now for the Doubledays.
Yeah, runner in scoring position. We've seen how dangerous that can be. Geneva's the one taking advantage of early on. Haven't seen much. That's going already 3 straight scoreless innings from both squads. About to be a 4th if the Doubledays can't get a run across here. Full count now with that pitch way outside. Props to the catcher for Geneva, Zane Barron, for making the play there.
Mentioned the scoreless innings. Jake Short, after the 4-run third, put up 3 scoreless innings for Geneva, keeping them in this game at 4-2.
He surely does. That one fouled off. Got to give a lot of credit to the Doubledays pitchers between Vivacqua and Hilleman. They've also done a good job of keeping the game low scoring. They have the lead to play with, so they know the pressure's not on them to start providing runs. It's going to be on these Geneva bats.
100%. Doubledays trying to cash in another insurance run here with a runner on second.
7th pitch of the at-bat is not going to be thrown, as we see the pitcher Sanders step off, and they call it a balk. So he'll take his base.
As there's going to be a mound visit here. See, going to be a switch, or they just want to talk about it?
Will certainly be in discussion.
I actually think that last one might have been a pitch clock violation.
Oh, a pitch clock violation.
Or-
Interesting. You don't haven't seen a lot of those for the double days so far.
yeah, the first one. Trying to understand because yeah, Schwake is gonna go back to second, so he doesn't advance. So it must have been a pitch clock violation, as would have been an automatic ball. Izzo had 3 balls at a full count, so fourth ball would go ahead take his bag at first. Either way, that puts 2 runners on for the double days, first and second here, at the bottom of the seventh again. Prime time to potential take advantage and break this game open if they can.
No, certainly proved he could do damage with his bat. Let's see if he can get one here. As that one swung on and will be strike. So 0-1 count. That's Sam Meyer up at the plate. So runners on first and second, 1 out. And that's going to be another passed ball, an untimely error there for the pitcher-catcher connection, and 1-1 count, 1 out, runners on second and third, 2 runners in scoring position.
That was huge because runners on first and second for the Red Wings, they had a chance, a potential double play if the ball was on the ground to get out of the inning. That's out of the window now for a ground ball double play. As runners on second and third, each 90 feet closer to home. A single plates 2 now instead of potential 1. That pitch is going to be in the dirt. Good job by Barron staying in front of that one, not allowing a run to score from third. Quickly now, Sanders is down in the count, 2-1, trying to come back and trying to prevent Doubledays cracking this game wide open. Infield's come in, too, on a ground ball. They're going to try and go home, as that one's exactly what's done. He's going to look back at third. Everybody's going to be safe here.
Great job by the Doubledays to stay alive there. Now, bases loaded as we see number 4, Austin Droge, coming up to the batter's box. The center fielder out of St. John's Fisher has the chance to really extend this Doubledays lead. Bases loaded, 1 out. As long as they can avoid a double play, Doubledays have a good chance at adding on to their 2-run lead.
Yeah, the shortstop Fogg, who got that ball, immediately went back to third, but Sardud was not covering the bag, so it gave Schweck a chance to get back safely, and runner was safe first. First pitch is going to be in the dirt for ball 1.
1-0 count for the Doubledays. The righty batter going against the lefty pitcher, as that one's going to be way high, way outside. 2-0 count. Sanders has to be careful here. A walk scores a run that Geneva has really shown, at least if their hitting continues at the pace it's been going, it's going to be a lot tougher for a 3-run comeback or more than that if he can't start getting out some batters. And that one also going to be high and outside, a bit of deja vu. 3-0 count. You have to imagine it's a red light here for Austin Droge. He shouldn't really be swinging at anything. That one also going to be high and outside. He'll take his base. 4 pitches, 4 balls, and Sanders struggling here as he's already given up 1 run. Still bases loaded and still just 1 out as the top of the order coming up for the Doubledays. That's Josh Thompson stepping up to the plate, the leadoff batter, who now we have a lefty versus lefty matchup. Can he do some damage? That one going to be low and in the dirt. 1-0 count. That's 5 straight balls.
Yeah, Sanders just not able to find the strike zone right here. Like you mentioned, 5 consecutive balls. He's having trouble finding the plate.
Yeah, a little concerning following the hitting spree, I guess not spree, but the ability for the Doubledays to put the ball on the bat. Now 6 straight walks, or 6 straight balls for Sanders. And that one also going to miss the strike zone. Sanders really struggling right now. 3-0 count again.
And I got to think, if you're a Doubledays hitter, you're throwing up a red light until Sanders throws you a strike. Not on exactly. I know it's 3-0, but I wouldn't be swinging at all until he throws strikes.
And there he finally gets one. I think, again, might have been an announcer cheeks there, but it was what they had to do until you saw that one strike down the middle. And he just threw his trusted fastball. The first pitch that you learn how to throw, he just threw it right down the gut. As that one is going to miss high and inside. So that's the second runner who's going to be walked in by Sanders. Bases remain loaded as Jed Stang Tregear steps up to the plate. Doubledays lead now extended to 4 runs. It's a 6-2 ball game in the bottom of the 7th.
Bases remain loaded here. As again, one bat to ball that can change a whole lot of things here. As they already have a 4-run lead.
As that one swung on and hit directly to the second baseman, and wow, he gets back there. So we see the play not made for a double play. Certainly looked like it could have been, but the Doubledays stay safe there from disaster. It's going to be a line out for Stang Tregear, but Sullivan now stepping up to the plate. The Doubledays look to see if they can sneak an extra run or two after what looks like it should have been the end of the inning with what could have easily been a double play for Geneva.
What effort by the second baseman, diving back into second, trying to get out of this inning.
Sullivan had 3 RBIs when he hit that double into right center in the 3rd inning. Can he do it again with 3 runners on? As that one, a big swing that's going to be chopped behind him, fouled off. Count now 1-1.
I definitely think he was with that swing right there.
He wanted to. He had his eyes set on that gold, and unfortunately, a little bit too big of a swing. As that's another huge swing from Sullivan. It's kind of like in golf when, you're really trying to hit that 300-yard driver. Sometimes swinging a little bit easier will allow you to make better contact to put the ball in play.
Absolutely. Sullivan trying to put this ball in play.
That one's going to be outside, just misses the plate, takes the catcher, Barron, just off of his stance. 2-2 count, evened up. 2 outs here for the Doubledays. No matter what, even if Sullivan can't do anything here, if he can't get a hit, get another runner across, still a solid inning for Auburn, 2 runs scored. Sanders readies for the pitch. And that one is going to be swung on by Sullivan again, fouled to the left side over to the parking lot. Hopefully all cars are safe after that one.
I was just going to say, it's kind of my direction of my car. Open. Whew.
Gotta go check that. Check the windshield. Make sure that's okay. As that one, another big swing from Sullivan, and that's a blooper into center field. That's going to get multiple runs across. That's a 2 RBI single. He's up to 6 RBIs on the night. His 3rd hit of the night. The Doubledays lead extended up to 8-2, as we're going to have to wonder if we see a pitching change pretty soon. Sanders giving up 4 runs in his first inning of work.
We mentioned the big swings from Sullivan. Hey, that one was no different, but was just able to get a little bit of that ball and found the right part of the bat. Just a blooper right over the second baseman's head. And hey, you'll take RBIs any type of way.
Any day of the week. And you're right, he swung so hard that even though he missed it, it still had enough power to get into the outfield. As that pitch to Kieran Kehoe is outside for ball 1. Can't imagine that we see Sanders in the game for too long after this inning. Just a rough start for the freshman, as the catcher Barron looked to try to throw out Sullivan there, but lost the ball in the transition shift to his throwing hand. That's a stolen base there for Adam Sullivan.
Really doing it all tonight is Sullivan.
Certainly, the shortstop has displayed his fielding, displayed his hitting, displayed his base running. Maybe we should put him out on the mound, see how he can do as a pitcher. As it's another pass ball. That's going to be a run scored for the Doubledays. That's Jed Stang-Tregear crossing the plate for the Doubledays' 5th run of the inning. So you thought that 4-run surge in the 3rd was a lot. How about a 5-run rally for the Doubledays with more damage still potentially to come? Sullivan on 3rd base. Pitch comes in, and that will be a strike. That's strike 1 of the at-bat, 3-1 count.
This inning has blown this game wide open.
Wide open. And that's going to be another base hit. Kehoe hits it. That's going to hit off of the right center wall. That's an easy stand-up double if he takes it, and he will. Not going to get greedy, go for the triple. Kehoe with the double that scores Sullivan. It's now a 10-2 ball game. How the tides of this game have shifted. After an early lead for Geneva, everything has gone wrong since then. An 8-run lead for the Doubledays. And finally, we'll see skipper Thomas Eaton come to talk with his pitcher out there on the mound. We might be seeing a pitcher's change. We'll have a quick intermission here for the Auburn Doubledays. We come back here still in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Doubledays on a 6-run burst. It's going to be Troy Reeder up to bat for the Doubledays.
The only Auburn Doubleday who has not had a at bat this inning, as he took a huge hack on that swing.
Really big swing there from Reeder, the catcher out of Notre Dame. Now pitching for Geneva. There was a bit of a change. We had Anthony Barton, another freshman, come to the mound. He has a very unique delivery. Got that sidearm delivery that's really going to be a trick for the Auburn Doubledays to have to overcome to deal with that. But once they can make that adjustment, it wouldn't surprise me. This is a very young pitcher. The Doubledays have proven that they can capitalize on youthful pitching. It's a swing and a miss there from Reeder. 1-2 count, 2 outs with a runner still on second base. That's Kehoe after his stand-up double that got Sanders off of the mound. Sanders only survived 2/3 of an inning, not able to finish out, as his first inning of action for Geneva this season just really took a wrong turn early, and even once he got to 2 outs, just not able to get out of it, just kept struggling and kept letting that lead pile up for Auburn. As that's a strikeout there. Strikeout looking for Reeder is going to end a 6-run rally there in the bottom of the 7th. We'll be back in the 8th for more Auburn Doubledays baseball. Don't go away. We're back here in the top of the 8th inning after the Auburn Doubledays really blew this game open with 6 runs in the bottom of the 7th. It's now a 10-2 ball game, and we have number 22. That's going to be Michael Sardu stepping up to the plate for the Doubledays, for the Geneva Redwings, going against a new Auburn Doubledays pitcher. That's Eston Elko. He's a left-handed pitcher, a freshman out of Middlebury College. Is that first pitch going to be a ball 1-0 count? Sardu, a power hitter out of Monroe Community College. And that's now a 2-0 count. Is the freshman already starting to get his feet wet a little bit. We'll see if he can get one over the plate. He's coming in. He has big shoes to fill. We saw Burchard started off as that's going to be a grounder to the second baseman there in Thompson, who makes the easy throw over to Izzo for the first out of the inning. And as I was mentioning, big shoes to fill here for this new pitcher in Elko. Burchard started off the game off well. Hilleman stepped in, had another great outing. And then we saw Vivacqua in his first Auburn Doubledays innings of the year on the mound really impress. So already a strong start here for Elko, and that's going to be strike 1 on that at-bat. Now batting J.D. Robinson for Geneva. Robinson, a graduate student out of Houghton University, originally from Round Hill, Virginia. 2-1 count here.
Yeah, you talked about Vivacqua. He came in, 2 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, no hits, no walks, no runs. That's a
Really
great night on the mound.
That pitch at the feet of Robinson, so the count up to 3-1. Talk about an age difference here. The freshman pitching to the grad student, as that went way high and outside. Luckily, no batters on base there because that one wasn't even close to the catcher, much less the strike zone. As a veteran play there by the catcher, Troy Reeder, to go have a chat with the rookie pitcher, just calm him down a little bit after a rough second at-bat of the inning.
Definitely, you got a 8-run lead to play with. No reason to feel nervous or try and press or kind of aim your pitches. Hey, you're on the mound, just let loose and playing catch with your catcher. Try and fire strikes.
Nothing to be forcing. Now Jaden Madrid up to bat for Geneva, and he rips that one into center field, and a great catch made there. Wow, what a play from the center fielder, Austin Droge, as he shuts down what could have been a big hit there for the Geneva Red Wings.
Droge had a similar play like that to start the night. Got a great read, sliding catch. This time, he went out Superman sliding on his stomach to make the catch. That's what you love to see in a center fielder, someone who can read the ball well, track down balls like that, and help your pitcher. That first pitch is going to be a strike. Great job by Droge in center field.
The hustle is certainly commendable and something you want to see out of your outfielders. Now batting Dylan Wolfson, the center fielder on the other side. It's the top of the order for the Geneva Red Wings. There's just one more out to go for this young pitcher, as Elko a bit high there on that throw. 3-1 count. 2-1 count, sorry. And the pitch comes in, and that's going to be way inside, nearly clips Wolfson, but Wolfson had the quick instincts to jump out of the way.
From his reaction, I thought it did hit him.
It
but
might have. It just must have nicked the hairs on his elbow, but luckily didn't catch any part of his body, as that one ripped right to the third baseman in Steng Tregear, who manages to make the throw over for the final out of the inning. A great recovery from Steng Tregear, who, after the ball ricocheted off of the inner part of his glove, it hit the webbing, it bounced out, but still able to make that throw over to second to end the inning. We'll head into the bottom of the eighth. The Doubledays still holding on to a 10-2 lead. So we've got a new batter for the Auburn Doubledays as we're back here in the bottom of the eighth. And gets that one high and inside on the first pitch from the Geneva Redwings pitcher Anthony Barton, the rookie. Got out of a tough spot in the seventh inning. Still gave up or still had to deal with the pressure that was put on him from Sanders, who started off the inning, couldn't finish it, but already a third of an inning under his belt. 0-1 or 1-1 count. As that pitch swung on and whiffed, big swing there. But now 2 strikes, 1-2 count. Don't have a name on this pinch hitter, as that one's going to be hit to the second baseman. Can he make the play? He does. So that's a nice play there from Buega to send that hitter packing. And now coming up for the Doubledays, that's number 7, Parker Schwake, the designated hitter, who played a big role in that 6-run rally last inning. Pitch comes in, and that's going to be chopped up to the pitcher. He's going to call for it, and there was some help there from the first baseman in Michelson, but Barton able to come away with the catch. The first pitch out for the second out of the inning.
Second time we've seen a Red Wings pitcher on a pop fly say, hey, I'll do it myself. First it was Jake Short earlier in the game, and now Anthony Barton.
Now Mac Maher coming up to the plate for the Doubledays, one of the 2 Auburn natives on the squad, or more than 2, but there's only a few Auburn natives on the squad. This one, solid hitter that we've seen. He's used all over the place, not really limited to either infield or outfield. He's more of a utility guy. A freshman over at Mercyhurst University. He really showed off his prowess at the plate when he played for Auburn High School, one of the best hitters on that squad. As that pitch going to be a nice breaking ball for strike 1 of the at-bat. 77 miles per hour on that breaking pitch from the, and that's going to be another strike. It's Anthony Barton, who has done a very good job this inning and this at-bat of getting strikes, forcing Auburn to put the ball in play, and that's going to be strike three. Brilliant pitch there, off speed again from Barton, going back to his tried and true as he takes Auburn down 1-2-3. We'll go into what will likely be the final inning of action here. Auburn 10, Geneva 2. We'll kick off this inning with Auburn still running out the same pitcher that they had before in Eston Elko. Coming up to plate to bat for the Red Wings is Chase Fogg, the shortstop. That first pitch is going to be high and outside for ball one. Doubledays still sporting their 10-2 lead. Geneva needs to put up 8 runs in this inning to keep their game alive.
Tall task, to say the
Very
least, I
tall
think.
task. So 1-1 count after that's fouled off to the right side. On deck is Jack Turner, the right fielder. And that one's going to hit the foot of Fogg, so he will take his base. That's a hit batter for Elko, who's, I'd say, struggled a little bit more than the pitchers we've seen prior in this Doubledays game, even though still got out of that 8th inning without giving up a run. A little bit of a struggle, a little bit of a battle. Now hitting his first batter that he's seen here in the 9th, and has a tough, the 3-hitter in Jack Turner coming up next. That one going to be just barely missing the strike zone 1-0 count.
Luckily for him, this is the perfect game. You want to get, into this season with a big lead. Not too much on the line here.
Yeah, he can work those things out, as that's going to be a stolen base and a pass ball mixed into one. The shift to the throwing hand, not smooth at all for Reeder. Reeder is a very well-rounded catcher. I know he didn't really display it right there, but he's has a solid cannon and can throw guys out at second or third. He's also known to be pretty good with his bat, even though he hasn't been the most prolific one at the plate for the Doubledays this game.
Definitely the man you want behind the plate in these games.
Certainly. And it's now a 1-2 count after the swing and whiff by Chase Fogg there. 1-2 count, and he doesn't swing there. Thought about it for a second, even flinched, but didn't get his bat around. So 2-2 count, Fogg stays alive. Pitch from Elko comes in, and that will be right down the middle. A little high, though, and so we're going to see the batter in Turner staying alive here. Full count as he's fought his way back up to even, pretty much. That pitch is going to be way high and outside, so 2 straight batters just given free bases for the Geneva Redwings. Elko needs to cool down a little bit, missing the plate, trying to get a little cute with his pitches. Now stepping up to the plate is the cleanup batter, Braden Michelson. And we'll see skipper Matthew Petrosi make his first mound visit of the night. He'll have a quick chat with hurler Elko. We'll be back after a short intermission. As expected, Elko will stay in the game. Petrosi really more of a moral support visitor there for the young pitcher, who has just hit a batter, walked a batter. So now we'll see Michelson stepping up to the plate for the Doubledays, and a double steal attempt. Does not get there in time on the throw down to third. So both runners will take their bags. Now 2 runners in scoring position for the Geneva Redwings.
Geneva dodged a bullet there as Fogg slid off the base, but the tag was not still being applied. Could have been out there, but instead safe, and runners on second and third.
Sliding off the base, came back to bite Geneva early on in this game. Now it seems like more of an afterthought, but at the time that could have been a costly run for Geneva. As that one cracked down to the third baseman. What a play there from Steng Tregear, who has really excelled at third all game.
Yeah, he's been incredible all night, and no different there. That was a rocket, fielded that with ease in the air, preventing 2 runs from scoring.
Whether it's been his ability to track the ball down in the air or throw a cannon over to second base, he's been able to make the play at opportune times. Now at the plate for Geneva is their pinch hitter staying in the game. That's Aiken Santana, who wasn't able to do much in his first at-bat for Geneva. Another strike there for the pitcher Elko, who hit just 69 miles per hour on that pitch. That one chopped and fouled off to the right by Santana. Still an 0-2 count. Runners on second and third. One thing I'll tell you, I'm sure it would be an impressive display by Elko to the coaches if he was able to escape this inning with runners on second and third, no outs at one point without giving up a run. I'd say that certainly will earn him more playing time down the road.
Absolutely, just gain the coach's confidence, coming back, battling through adversity if he's able to get out here.
That's a breaking ball that's swung on. It's likely going to score a run, but the play is not made. Oh, that's going to be an error for the Doubledays as the throw from Sullivan to Izzo goes wild. Can't stay on the glove of Izzo. That's going to score 2 runs there, and it's now a 10-4 ball game. The Doubledays lead shaved down to 6.
Yeah, right there. Good throw by Sullivan. Izzo just not able to come up with it. Run was going to score. You're going to allow that. But then with the ball getting away, 2 runs score now and a runner at second.
1 run scored in an 8-run ball game isn't going to be a killer, but 2 runs scored and no out certainly at least gives Geneva some hope to rely on. That's going to be another strike. So 0-2 count here. 85 mile per hour pitch there for Elko. As Elko looking to get out of this inning, a big swing, a great breaking ball there, making the batter, that's number 7, Braden Freeman, look like a fool with that breaking ball to the outside. It's now Zach Banks stepping up to the plate. Now 2 outs on the board, so Elko could take a quick sigh of relief, but still has more work to do. Job's not finished, as Kobe Bryant would say.
Perfect timing with the NBA Finals happening right now. Nice Kobe Bryant.
Go catch Thunder Pacers after you finish this game. And that's going to be a strike right down the middle. 1 ball, 1 strike. And I said that'd be a finals run, but got to stay tuned for the Auburn Doubledays. That takes precedence.
100%.
Is that breaking ball going to be high and inside? 2-1 count with 2 outs. As we're nearing 10:30. For all our fans listening at home, thanks for staying with us so late. We were a little delayed by the rain there, but to all you loyal fans out there sticking with us into the 9th inning, we thank you and we appreciate your faith. As that ball is going to be hit, that's a pop up to the first baseman Izzo to end the game, and the Doubledays will win their first game of the season and be their home opener. A 10-4 victory for the Auburn Doubledays. Luke, what stuck out to you in this game today? It was obviously a great win there. There was a 4-run rally in the 3rd, 6-run rally in the 7th. What were your biggest takeaways from today's game?
I think Auburn was able, and we talked about it a few times, put together good at-bats.
Yes.
And I think pitching. Early on in this game, Geneva was able to grab a 2-0 lead. Once Auburn got on the scoreboard, 4-2 the score was, lights out, obviously, at the end of the game. A couple runs, but in between, this pitching staff, these relievers did a great job. It was a 4-2 game for a long time. They kept it that way, and then the offense provided that 6-run inning. Overall, a very good team win for Auburn tonight.
Very well-rounded, because you mentioned the hitting, you mentioned the pitching, both very valid points. And I want to give some credit to the fielding for this Auburn squad, because you look at what Austin Droge was able to do in center field. Adam Sullivan, what he was able to do, he was a third baseman all of last year for this Doubleday squad. At shortstop now, really impressive. Then the player of the game on the defensive side, at least, Jed Steng Tregear at third base, whether it was throwing, catching, whatever he was asked to do, he was able to do it. Luke, before we preview our next game a little bit, we'll just do a tiny little preview. Who was the player of the game at the plate for the Auburn Doubledays?
I mean, I feel like it's a no-brainer. I got to go with Adam Sullivan.
Easy pick.
5 RBIs on the night. Double that drove in, bases clearing double, 3 RBIs there, had a single later on in the game, scored 2 RBIs, went 3 for 4 on the night. That wins you player of the game offensive honors, 99 out of 100 times.
When you're racking up RBIs left and right, I mean, just an easy pick there. The Doubledays will play next versus Elmira. They'll play next against Newark. That's a road game, so the Doubledays will travel to Newark tomorrow. The next time they'll be back here is on Saturday. So if you want to hear more from me and Luke, that will be on Saturday against the Elmira Pioneers. So make sure to tune in then.
I'm excited for this season. Great home opener. Ryan and I are going to be here all season. I'm enjoying it. It will be a fun season here in Auburn.
So you can tune in to Newark tomorrow. Make sure to tune in to us on the Auburn Doubledays Sports Network on Saturday. Stay tuned for more Doubledays baseball. Catch us on Saturday.